Okay, what was our plan? We massively produce food for Nigerians. And the whole idea is this. If, for instance, if we can't reduce fuel prices, let us reduce food prices. Let our citizens just be able to eat. I was talking, Charles, to a professor of psychology. And I asked him a question. This is something that has never happened to me. What will a man feel if in the morning he wakes up and he can't feed his children? And he said the man will feel
worthless.
That is it. He just got it. And that's how many of our citizens are feeling, Charles. And then we buy cars, 250 million naira. We wear wristwatches, 200 million naira. We can't take tractors to villages. They called us Agbadorians during the election. And okay, you call us Agbadorians, you will eat the Agbado. When you eat the Agbado, are you not an Agbadorian with us? No plan, nothing. Nothing. I don't know, those two guys he put in Ministry of Agriculture, I don't know, they have no plan to feed anybody, perhaps other than themselves. In fact, it's a disgrace, and I'm not sorry to say.
So just returning to the issue of Daniel Bwala, do you think there could be political ramifications for the president, that it's likely to cause more serious political ripples going forward, or you think it's just going to play out?
No, it won't play out. This one, Achiwaju has gone too far. He has insulted us enough. Seriously. He's really insulted. I'm still a Baptist. I don't know why I love him. He has insulted us too far. This one will not play out.
So beyond being sort of badly thought out as an appointment, from your point of view, this sounds like a threat to you.
Not at all. Ooh, Bala, can Bala even look me in the face? It's not an issue to me. It is an insult to all our party supporters. You see this election, let's take our supporters in the East. They became endangered species during the election. They still supported us. They still supported Achiwaju. What has Achiwaju done for them? How do you run a government like that? What has Achiwaju done for Niger Deltans? What has it done for Hausa Fulani? They voted for us. What has it done for the Middle Belt? Nothing.
So if he gave you an appointment now,
I will reject it. I don't trust him anymore.
Right.
So I just support him. I just love him, but I don't trust him anymore.
See, that's what I said about him. When you listen to him, he always kind of go everywhere. You understand? And sometimes he will sound pretty much like a total novice, like innocent idiot. Here you get now. Like somebody who is just like an innocent mumu, who just love, according to him, he just loves Tinubu. Number one, he hasn't been to his place to beg for food. But he knows that, oh, Achiwaju just, he feed people. He doesn't like to see people hungry around him. And that is why I love him. Then, why is he not doing the same? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't even know the people he put in the agricultural sector as ministers. They cannot feed us. They cannot feed the people. All of us were called Agbadorians. Today, we can no longer even afford Agbado. So, on one hand, Tinubu is not just a very stupid person with his appointment choices. Tinubu is not a strategist. He is a stupid person. And then his policies are totally anti-people. So somebody like ONOKPASA, who defended and said it wasn't Tinubu that increased the price of petrol, or it wasn't Tinubu that removed subsidy. He said it was Bokuwari that did not budget for subsidy. So it wasn't Tinubu. And then he wants the price of food to come down. So Tinubu should make a pronouncement. Oh yeah, price of food, come down. And it will come down. And everybody will just be able to afford their food. So that's why I said that he's like an innocent fool or innocent idiot. Or maybe he's just acting like that anyway. You know? So ONOKPASA is disappointed in Tinubu in a nutshell. And he strongly believes that Tinubu is no longer representing the people that stood by him by running the Lagos kind of government at the national level. So to start the reconciliation, Tinubu must first sack Bulaba Dani, which is likely not going to happen. And that is a deal breaker for that old man. ONOKPASA is over 50, by the way. I think it's like a 56 or 57. He's not young. Yeah. But the media in Nigeria sort of find him, hilarious to be interviewed. Sort of. Or they even asked him about Simon Ekpa. Here is what he told them. Mind you, okay, I'll play it first.
In the case of Simon Ekpa, his arrest is overdue. In fact, I had even, well, this is classified. I had actually even encouraged that he should be shot because he was killing his fellow.
You can't shoot someone without trying them. You're a lawyer.
No, you can't. You can't. If
yeah, person, well, you'd be liable
enemy,
if you did.
No, if the person is an enemy combatant, it's liable to be shot. I know the law.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that you're advocating for him to be shot.
No.
But you have to have
incontrovertible
evidence. He's alleged to have done things.
Yes, no problem. But
right.
this is just intelligence stuff. It's just a crazy, poorly educated young man. If that's in that case, I am in full support of his arrest.
Nuisance, Lele.
ONOKPASA, I told you, he's a crackling, innocent idiot. But right now in Nigeria, the talk everywhere is mostly about the arrest of Simon Ekpa, in which some of his followers, like I said from the beginning, they have besieged my platform to call me names, and the fanciest one of the names they call people like me, who is a Yoruba man, is that I am an Afonja. Yeah, Afonja, a betrayer. I don't get any deal with, with Una. So there's no point in me betraying you or whatever it is. I just had to tell you the truth. The truth that is so inconvenient by all means. A lot of you love to live in denial. And it's not new. It's just so unfortunate that so many of you who support violence love to ask stupid questions all the time. On this platform, in this diary, you will see loads and loads of conversation and expose on the culpability of the criminal politicians in Eastern Nigeria, sponsoring the killings in Eastern Nigeria. And yesterday, when I made mention of the arrest of Simon, I categorically pointed it out to some of you. For those who get sense to reason, they agreed that you don't glorify terrorism against your people and claim to be fighting for them. Some of them actually came to ask me, like, I've been asked so many stupid questions. And because I know that a lot of you are currently grieving, and there are 5 stages of grief. All right. The first one is denial. That was what it was for some of you yesterday. No, he can't be arrested. It's not possible. He's a prime minister. It's this and that. Or he's going to give you Biafra. Or he's going to announce Biafra on the 2nd. You are just jealous. Some said I am actually jealous. jealous of Simon. So the point here is this. You cannot fight for people or claim to be fighting for people and then be promoting terrorism against them. That the criminals in eastern Nigeria, to start with, profiling the Igbos, militarizing eastern Nigeria, which is also evident, does not give you or anybody the right, okay, to justify terrorism against your people. A caller called onto this program last night, and among other questions I asked him, I said, does that mean that if I'm an Igbo man and I don't agree with Biafra, like I don't want Biafra, does that mean that I've got to be killed? If I chose not to sit at home, right, which should have actually been voluntary. If I said, okay, I don't want to sit at home, does that mean that it is a death sentence for me? Well, he said yes. And I'm like, how is that then freedom? There are some of you who have besieged every social media. Currently, you are living in denial. Some of you are angry. Some of you are already bargaining. Some of you will be depressed very soon. You will face depression. Then later, you are going to face acceptance. You don't fight for people by terrorizing them. And you don't justify terrorizing your people because some are even asking me stupid questions like, hey, when they are killing the Igbos, all this why, was it Simon? No, we are not denying that. And we are saying that if you are going to put together an army to fight those who are terrorizing your people, then it will be ideal if you start going after them in their barracks, like you go to the barracks where they have, where they are committing or where those who are committing that crime are. You don't turn your guns on civilians and then go on social media, glorifying it, celebrating it, and then telling the people that you've told them to sit at home. We've told you to sit at home. You obey. When we tell you something, you obey. What kind of free country is that? In your mind, is that going to be like a free Biafra? If you have your Biafra, it's going to be a country where, like North Korea, if they disobey your supreme leader, be your prime minister, it is death sentence. So all the atrocities committed by Simon Ekpa and his guys cannot be whitewashed simply because, oh, the Nigerian army, they are killing our people, the Nigerian this and that. But you are not going after the Nigerian army. You know their barracks, Abi, don't you? You are not going to government houses where the criminal politicians who are sponsoring the initial unknown gunmen, you are not going to government houses. You go to remote villages, remote communities. You will unleash terror on them. You will video that, put it on social media. And then you turn around and claim that you are fighting for them. So you can abuse me. You can even stop watching my Egun. But it won't stop me from telling you the truth to your faces. Because some of you are not only just stupid and useless, you are actually like heartless too. Bunch of criminals. You don't fight for people by terrorizing them. Then you don't justify your act of terror by saying that, but these people are killing us now. But I haven't seen you gone to their barracks to attack them. You know? So I have received a lot of messages, abuses, and they are still coming because I need to get you out. And I'm actually helping you. I remember when Adeyinka Grandiose started, it was this, eloquent, admirable guy that hid his own schizophrenic mental problem behind fighting for Yoruba. Then, boom, he started his attack on the Igbos using social media, inciting violence against them. There were Yorubas who agreed with him because, we have all these kind of lunatics in every ethnic group in Nigeria. He agreed. So if you disagreed with Adeyinka Grandiose, you are considered as a bastard. It must have been Fulani that impregnated your mother. It must have been like, if you disagree with, you guys are so low lives. You're a bunch of low lives. If you don't have anybody to tell you that when somebody disagree with you, if it's a woman, you begin to call them ashewo. You begin to call them akuna this, ashewo that. You have no clear ways of engagement. Once anybody disagrees with you, they are like what? Ashewo, their mama, you know, my mama said that be Igbo. We all know that you are not Igbo. You are a Fulani descendant. You are a Fulani this or that. Those are the symptoms of people with low brains, low mentality. And Simon fed so much. He fed through your ignorance and your stupidity for so long. I'm telling you this because I'm saying it to your faces. Some of you are currently, like I said, you are living in denial. Don't worry, you are still going to get to the stage of anger. Anger, very angry. Then after getting angry, you are also going to get to the stage of bargaining. Okay, maybe these people are trying to stop our Biafra. Maybe this then after that, you are going to get to the stage of depression. Everything is just going to tire you. Then after that, acceptance. Acceptance is when you will now know that self-determination struggle will lead to what is called a physical referendum. And it has to happen physically, not online. And there will be what is called those who are against and those who are in support. You don't kill them because they are against it. Referendum is a democratic process. So when you have people who are preaching hatred, so there's nothing you will say to me. Look at me very well. There's nothing you will say to me that the majority of you have not said to yourselves. You have said a lot worse to yourselves because some people are not agreeing with Simon. Others are agreeing with him. You've called them names. You've called them enemies of Biafra. You've called them saboteurs. And you've actually wished death on them. To the point that you've celebrated the innocent Igbos that were shot and killed. And you are denying. Some of you are actually still denying. Is this Simon that is killing Kiniko? I'm not saying that there are not the militarized zone of the eastern part of Nigeria, which we condemn and we continue to expose. But if you believe that anybody that disagrees with you deserves to die, don't worry. And go touch you too. Stay in far away places where you are pretty much safe. Your family, your children, some of you are living abroad. And you are celebrating the terrorism of your people online. And you think you have a life. Don't worry. Some of you are waiting for him to be released maybe tomorrow or next or what have you, so that you can say, yes, our prime minister is back. Some people who were supporting Adeyinka Grandiot, they were the same. They used to come onto my platform too. Because to them, I must be an Omoale. It must be Fulani that impregnated my mother. Okay? I must have been, there is no name they didn't call me. But that didn't stop me saying the truth to them. Okay? That you are fighting for self-determination shouldn't make you a lunatic. It shouldn't make your schizophrenia to get out of hand. You cannot kill the people you are claiming to. You cannot terrorize them. So, and some of you know lives as well. You love to deny. That makes it even worse. On the one hand, you will be celebrating this, your water nonsense that you are doing online. Then on the other hand, when you are supposed to be heard, when they want to hold you responsible for your madness, you begin to deny it. Oh, it's the government, it's the DSS, it's that is sponsoring it. I've told you before, a time is going to come that you are probably going to even attack Nnamdi Kanu. The one that you are using the excuse to say the reason why you are fighting or killing people is because of Nnamdi Kanu. They locked Nnamdi Kanu up in Abuja. None of you had the audacity, the strength, the mentality to go and terrorize Abuja. You are terrorizing your own people. You are forcing them to sit at home. Sit at home. We told you to sit at home. Sit at home. You bunch of lunatics. I've kind of given you that time enough. So when Adeyinka Grandiot was doing his madness, when Adeyinka Grandiot was doing his madness, there were those supporting him. I personally sent him a message that, Baba, this whole thing you did do no make any sense. But he was enjoying it. Social media, you see this social media is like a drug. I promise you, it's like drug. Once you get high on it, you become an addict. The attention war, attention addict. That's exactly what Simon turned to. I called him a content creator. Some of you idiots, you are abusing me. Your prime minister, don't talk to our prime minister. You are so deranged that it is unbelievable. Simon is Simon, a content creator on social media. That's who he is. You guys are just so dumb and stupid enough to follow the drive up to this point. And it wouldn't have been anything that you actually believed that somebody is going to declare a country online that you will hate. I know a lot of you actually hate me right now. You are looking at me like, oh God, this Mayegun. Oh, this. In fact, you are telling yourself that maybe I am pretending to be in support of a Biafra. I'm not in support of lunacy, because most of what you guys are doing is total lunacy. This is not real. This is unbelievable. That in this 2024, you have somebody sitting in front of a camera like I am seated right now, backing orders at you. And as grown up as some of you are, you actually like believing that to the point that you are willing and supporting the killings of your own people back in that place. People that are already profiled, terrorized by the states. You are adding to that. And you are now possibly so looking for somebody to vent that your rage on, somebody to shoulder your anger on, and the rest of that. Some said that, I mean, we know that you don't like Simon. What does liking or not liking have to do with this? Did Nnamdi Kanu beg anybody to like him before some of us saw through his genuinity for years? Nnamdi Kanu no tell you, say, you go to listen to Mayegun as well. Did I turn myself to a, attention war? Or turned myself into, I am disciple of this. I am, you guys are unbelievable. And it wouldn't have mattered if you haven't taken it to the violent stage, sponsoring terrorism against your people, funding it, buying weapons for some other drug addicts, screaming, this is Biafra Liberation Army. This is the, burning properties, shooting civilians. And you're saying that they deserve it. They deserved it. They disobeyed Simon, your prime minister, His Excellency. I was watching a broadcast. I think it was on Dr. Damage's. Yeah, I stumbled on it on YouTube. I think it was a few days ago. Your Excellency, sir, thank you so much for fighting for us. You are so deluded that, honestly, Simon is so lucky. But it got into his head. It got into his head so much that he actually probably started seeing himself as a prime minister of a country online. Nnamdi Kanu said, cut down all this violence. Una twisted it. I know he's not talking about you. In fact, if Nnamdi Kanu come out tomorrow and tell you to stop, it simply means what? He has compromised. Yeah. If now you will obey somebody from DSS detention. People were asking me that questions. It's unfortunate, though, but as I said, this is your grieving stages, okay? So it is not about what somebody wishes on him. It is actually what he brought upon himself. And some of you who have been sending him money as well, you better look your back or watch your back, as they say. Because what you have done is that you have been funding terrorism in Igbo land. And you don't even have to agree. Yeah, you don't have to agree. You can abuse me. You can say, see, there's nothing you will say to me that you haven't said worse to yourselves. You called Nnamdi Kanu's wife, Ashewu. God damn it, man. And there are so many of you who still do that. And some of you look like adults. You look like people who are supposed to be responsible. In this whole thing, anyone who doesn't agree with your style, who doesn't agree with your lunacy, that person is Sabo, is Afonja, is enemy, is jealous of you, is this or that. Can you sit back and just reflect on your lives and just reflect on so many of this nonsense that you have actually supported? Just sit back, think for just a few minutes. and tell yourself that it makes sense to unleash terror on the people you claim to be fighting for. You're not fighting for anybody. And let's see, if you are one of his followers watching me right now, Simon is not fighting for you, but maybe you've convinced yourself that he's fighting for you. Any freedom that doesn't give you a choice to either accept or reject is not freedom. You are just lunatics. Okay? Call me names. It's all right. It's social media. Right? The thing is this. Inciting violence is a crime in this part of the world. It's just going to be a matter of time. Inciting violence. I mean, why would you be so comfortable, by the way, to keep watching your own people slaughtered? And this is not just from the hands of the state. It's coming from these drug addicts with guns screaming Biafra. You tarnish the image of a noble cause, and you are irredeemable.